Hey, Tom here with Hilltop Machine Works. We are back in the shop. So I guess it's about time to start working on the steady rest. If you watched my mail call, I think it was number 3, where I mentioned when I picked up the steady rest for the Monarch, and that it is unfortunately for a 15-inch swing, and my Monarch is a 16. So we're going to have to obviously modify the bottom here, add ½ an inch, and it didn't come with the bottom strap that goes under the ways that you run the bolt through and you pull it together. So I'm going to go ahead and start and make the strap. I got this ½ inch right here, and she's at 6 inches, so it's perfect. So I just take this to the bandsaw, slice off a piece here, and then not sure if I'm going to use 1/4 inch or 3/8. Basically just a piece that's going to be a spacer that's going to go in between the ways so it won't twist. And in the mail call number 3 I mentioned I picked up some 035 flex core. I was going to try some dual shield flex core welding, so thinking what I'll do is we'll V both sides and then we'll do some dual shield on this, give it a shot and see how I like it. So let me bring you over here and check out real quick. If you can see, that's kind of what I'm going to do for the strap. So let me get this laid out and get it on the bandsaw and cut it real easy, and we'll go from there. Alright, right now I'm just squaring up the ends. Just taking light 5/10 cuts since I got something to stick out. This side looks like originally a torch cut, so she's nowhere near square. Getting there. Hopefully this will be the last pass. Alright, that's good enough. Let me flip around and get the sides done. Alright, going handheld here, but piece is all squared up nice. So what she's going to do is she's going to be right in there. I left just a little bit so she'll slide good. So that piece is done, so then we got to get to the next step there, weld her up, drill a hole, and this strap will be knocked out pretty easy. So I found a piece of 3/8 that I'm going to use to go on top. Got you over here at the vertical bandsaw. cutting this baby out. I figured I'd do that instead of plasma it. Something different. Knocking the camera. Alright, let me continue on. Alright, it's been a couple days. We are back in the shop. And as you can tell, I'm a little bit stuffed up. The weather is changing. It is a nice 70 degrees today, which is a lot better than about a few days ago when it was like 85, 88. So thank goodness fall was finally here. So I think the plan is going to be to go ahead, find center on both of these, and then drill them. And that way I can bolt it together, run that bolt through, get it nice and tight. And then of course I'm going to V these first, and then that way we can weld them together. I was afraid if I just try to weld them together they may move on me, so I figured running the bolt through would probably be the best option. Just got my rollers, so we can do some flux core welding today. And to scribe the centers, I just got my new Randy Richards scribe. So awesome, thank you Randy, I appreciate it. So let's get rocking and rolling here. Let me put some eyeballs on so I can see this thing real good. See what it look like here. I like it. Alrighty, let me do the other one, get set up in the mill, and we'll just punch a couple holes. I just finished punching this hole out. What I did, just ran a small 5/16 through it, and then I wanted a nice tight fit on the 5/8 bolt that's going to go through here. So I just did a 39/64 drill bit, and then I reamed it 5/8. I was worried if I ran a 5/8 drill bit through it, you know how it's gonna make the hole huge and there'll be too much slop, so this way it's a good fit when I go to weld it. So anyways, we knock out the other one. Well, I assumed the hole was going to be in the center of the steady rest, and guess what, it is not. That's what I get for assuming. Don't you hate when that happens? So anyway, so I got the holes drilled out, and then she didn't want to fit up in there. So I went back and started looking at her. So this is the inside of the edge of the ways, and this is where the hole is for the steady rest. So she's like 2 1/4 inches there, but yet then now she's 2 2 5/8 on this side, so she's off. So this would fit perfect in between the ways. But as you can see, I'll get you over it. The line is actually where the hole is going to be, and this is where the hole I drilled it because I did the centering on this spacer piece. So what I may do is, since this is not going to sit right either, is I'll mill one edge, and I may just throw a bead of a weld on it and then mill it down and get it right instead of having to cut another piece of this. And then I don't know, I may cut out another piece. I'm not sure yet. Let me see what I got for stock and see what I got to work with. So freaking bozo strikes here, darn it. Alright, going handheld here. So what I've done, as you can see, she fits good now. I ended up taking about 150 thousandths off of this. Just milled it down with a nice Hagen cutter. And here, obviously, we got a big gap. So let me get the good old miller switched over, try some flux core dual shield, and we'll, I guess, just build this up and see how she comes out. So that's where we're at now. Well, I decided to cut another piece out after welding on this with some flux core, building it up, and then now I gotta like mill it down, and then if I still got any low spots, add some more, mill it. I'll just be dicking around with this for a while, so didn't really like it. So back at the bandsaw, gonna cut another piece out and start back from square one. Oh well. Alright, so I got the strap done. See, now the hole was off center, so that's the way she'll go up under the rails. So I've been stewing a couple ideas around. Originally I was thinking I would just build up the bottom, you know, take a half-inch piece and come out to here, obviously, and then this would be milled off at a 30 degree. The only problem is, and I'm going to have a little piece right here that's going to be the opposite. And then I have to fill all this in, and then of course then weld her all up. And I'm thinking, looking at the inside, she's probably cast iron, so I'll have to silicone bronze it. So the other plan, I guess, would be to cut her here and cut her here, just bandsaw her off, keep the base, the integrity of the base as it is, and then basically just 2 half-inch blocks, so to speak, would go in between there and there, and then just weld her up and be good to go. So I may lean towards that. And I could even mill in the blocks so they'd actually, you know, fit in inside and give it a little more rigidity. So I'm just going to stew on this a little bit and see what the best plan is. Those are the only two I can think of. There's nothing else that gives me any area to increase the height at 1/2 inch. So like I said, let me stew on it a little bit and figure out what I want to do. So I contemplated back and forth what was the lesser of the two evils, and as you can see, I decided to do it this way and cut this off. I already got a couple of spacer blocks cut out. It's going to go here and here. So the plan is I need to go ahead and get all this paint off and mill scale, get it V'd out all the way around, and then we'll get set up for welding. Well, she's smoking hot, but she's laying in there pretty good. So that's one done. Hopefully you can see it pretty good. And let me get the other one done. So got the base tacked on to the main body of the rest. And now it's just time to finish welding her up. So silicone bronze seems to be taking in pretty good. Said I ain't done this in a while, so they're not the prettiest, but they should hold. So let me get this laid down and lay some wire in there. Well, she's all TIG welded up. She came out pretty good. I haven't TIGged in a while, so they're not aesthetically pleasing, but they should hold. I didn't dip, I just did a lay wire technique. But as you can see, it came out pretty good, so time to clean it up and throw some paint on her, and then we'll get her on the lathe. Well, there she is. She's got a coat of paint on her. Got the bottom strap done, bolt TIG welded in. Picked up a nice big spherical nut and washer for her to go on. So she is ready to rock and roll and turn some big stuff. So anyways, thanks for following along in the project. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of stuff, and we'll catch you on the next one.